Yeah, so as I was saying, the later seasons of Game of Thrones, as an adult, you realise that the writers have written characters that are smarter than them. And it's very frustrating watching stupid people write characters like Varys and Littlefinger. That's the point I was getting at the end of the last episode. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Here we are, still in the residence.
Of evil.
Of evil, indeed. We're going to kill the big spider this time. Well, we're going to get damaged by the big spider and then kill it.
Die, spider.
Get it, catch him, you eagles. Again, we'll never make it through an episode without talking about Red Brown, but that would be Red Brown in Resident Evil as Chris. Just die, evil spider!
Oh, he can play Nemesis.
Yeah, to be fair. Instead of saying stars, he just yells at the top of his lungs. It's like, Reb, the line is stars.
Line! Jesus Christ, Reb. Just buy the gun. We'll fix it in post.
So this is a fun puzzle. One of my favourite puzzles actually in the whole game is this business with the silhouette. So actually, I'm gonna write this down real quick. What symbols are on what colour and everything, because it's actually a good puzzle with several layers to it, which I like.
Like an ogre.
Yes, exactly. Or like cakes. No! Giant spiders are not like cakes! I feel Shrek would have been less popular if he was an enormous fluffy tarantula. Like, I feel like people would have had an immediate visceral reaction to that
I
character.
know like the story of Shrek came from like a book or something like that, but like the idea of like, right, so I've got the entire film laid out, but for some reason, what Shrek is, we need to go through it. Like, unicorn, like, no, people like unicorns. A giant griffin, like, it doesn't seem to work. Giant poisonous tarantula monster. And then somebody wants to.
Could you imagine, like, the fucking, like, when the porta potty, like, swings open, like the outhouse is in, you know, it's just rearing up like it's about to attack, the fucking venom coming off the teeth. Who the fuck would have liked that movie?
You know,
I mean, it certainly would have been subversive.
We talk, you know, like a what, you know, like an AI generator or what if machine and stuff like that. Just like, I want to recreate all of Shrek, but Shrek is a giant tarantula, really intense. So it's just, you know, it's just brushing his teeth.
Just these two enormous teeth he's just brushing. Oh God!
He just eats Lord Farquaad at the end.
Fucking harrowing.
No, doesn't even eat him. He like ties him up and just injects him. It's got John Lithgow screaming inside his mouth, and then it goes on straight to the wedding.
Oh God, I should be paying attention to this. So yeah, this I'm pretty sure is the order. So like, this isn't anything significant about the order, but I think as in the colours are like, okay, green is number 6, that kind of thing. I think.
So it's like not because like they need to be in this place.
Yeah, and it's more that's the green. Like the green one is the 6th one kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not the sort of we need to hold the dagger up to the Star Wars remains bullshit.
Yeah. Ugh. God.
I'm sure glad that, you know, erosion or nothing has happened.
What the fuck happened to Star Wars? Like, controversial opinion, I don't think it was ever really that good, to be honest. I feel like Empire Strikes Back was kind of the
peak.
Yeah, it's sort of like that one great movie every franchise is entitled to.
I do think they probably could Return of the Jedi could have knocked up a few more points if they didn't have Ewoks in it and the Imperial Army wasn't beaten by a bunch of teddy bears.
No, that was the one good thing about that movie.
Because you just like bears.
Yeah.
If they're doing something else.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they were just fishing for salmon, I would have watched that. That would have been fine.
Just the second half's just brother
Obviously,
bear.
like space salmon is what I'm getting at.
The giant bears in space, knocking giant space fish out of space.
Yeah.
Space.
I wonder if we were to go through all the footage when the Let's Play is concluded and try to figure out how much of it is inventory management. That's what somebody needs to make the really exciting Resident Evil inventory management supercut. Like, it's the whole Let's Play, but it's nothing but the use of
the inventory screen.
Yeah, the inventory screen, exactly.
Or, I don't know, would it be better or worse where they have the cut off of like people talking. Well, eventually it's just half in the middle of the conversation.
Yeah, could put yeah.
And that's why I had to die. And it cuts to like, and that was the first time I became a woman.
It's created a really bizarre like narrative.
Yeah, like some people click on the video and then they cut off to like do something else. Or they think like, what are they talking about? They just keep changing subject.
One thing I think this game does really well visually versus the actual original on PlayStation is just adding a little bits of movements to the world. Because obviously these are pre-rendered paintings that they've stuck on the geometry. But adding like particle effects for the dust and having little like a little looping video for the moths around the map and that sort of thing. Around the map, around the lamp and that sort of thing. I think is really cool.
Would you like Shrek more if Shrek was a bear the entire time?
Yeah, obviously.
But like a wild bear.
But like I feel like people. That movie would work in the sense that people are, really, really afraid of bears. Some people are Americans, not Russians. I've said this before. There are two types of bear video. American bear videos, which is like these people either running away or going no bear and like trying to make themselves look big. And there's Russian bear videos, which is just dudes playing basketball with like a whole ass bear, or just brushing its teeth.
I heard someone talking.
Oh, you heard.
Oh, you heard.
I
Like,
think age is starting to take its toll. Talking to
myself
myself.
becoming a bear. I feel like there's more going on here, Barry.
Talking to yourself?
And I don't know that Jill, who's supposed to be like a specially trained, like, spec ops or whatever the hell stars are supposed to be, I don't think she'd fall for this crap. Yeah. She'd be like, I should keep my eye on this guy. He's definitely up to something.
You gotta say, Jill, do you ever feel guilty about selling out all your friends? No, I'm asking someone else.
Don't worry.
Theoretical. If you knew a guy called Smarry and he had sold out all his friends on this special police task called Moon to a guy called Smalbert Smeska, what are you trying to say, Barry?
Barry, this hypothetical has a lot of sm in it. You feeling all right?
It's the people down in Smackoon City.
Right, well, that's a silly name. I don't think they would call a city that, Barry.
Not
Jill,
good old Raccoon City.
Jill, I feel like you're missing what I'm really trying to get at here. Well, Barry, perhaps with less schm, I'd really get behind whatever the fuck it is you're talking about. Is there nothing in this tub?
That seems like a waste.
Yeah, I like the way they add movements. Like, again, just having a little geometric thing.
What they should be is when you fight the giant spider, you should be able to get stuck in the tub.
Yeah.
It's like
how do we defeat the spider? Just like...
It takes one leg in its thigh, it slips over.
Yes, don't worry, Jill. That's Wesker. It's like, I've caught the spider in this enormous bath.
That's the thing, like, like how long...
Why am I so sick? You fucking... Excuse me. I've had this fucking cough for like months now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're the first one to tell me called it 100-day cold.
Yeah. I feel like it's actually been 100 days. Like I thought it was like the 100 Years' War. I thought it was an exaggeration. Plan 42. So this is one of my favorite puzzles because it's actually tied to the other puzzle we've been doing with the candles and the billiard balls, and that leads into the next puzzle, which is this. So this section of the game I really like because it's where it's at its most escape roomy. So this is a section of the game I really enjoy.
I'm not sure if I must have mentioned it sometime before, but I have an idea for like Resident Evil games where you come to a puzzle. So like you got a puzzle door. It's like, okay, go find like the statue of.
You've talked to me about this at least.
It's like go find the statues or kick down the door. And if you kick down the door, then you're going to have more.
You alert the zombies to
noise. So you want to do the action one, or if you want to do like the puzzle room thing.
Well, you kind of have that option in this game occasionally, but not as. So, for example, the Plant 42 puzzle prevents you from having to do the boss fight. It's an optional puzzle, which to me is a really great way of having like a reward system in game. So it's like, you can brute force the boss and hopefully win, or you could just bypass the entire fight by solving this puzzle.
I just like the idea of like going through like like maybe you're having more fun, maybe you're using up more ammo and stuff like that, or you go like, I barely ever saw a zombie because I kept fucking going through the secret passageways.
Yeah. How casual this feels like. Someone appears to have vomited blood on the newspapers. I know there's some kind of viral disease here
I better keep this for later.
Yeah, perhaps I
Jill's very bad habit sniffing newspapers comes bites her in the arse.
001. Okay,
Make a note.
it's my phone. Ignore that. It's you. Apparently,
I said
you
that
sending me a fucking burrito emoji.
I said that ages ago. There should be another one coming soon.
Okay. Sitting here in anticipation for the next stupid thing Matt sends over. Also trying to remember where that room was.
Distract you with more emojis.
Yes. It's like aubergine. What? It's like a penis. When did we decide that? By the way, that an aubergine was a penis. Like it just isn't. You know, you ever just really look at an aubergine and get your cock out at the same time? I mean, I've certainly done it. There's not much of a resemblance.
No. That's the other thing I'd say. It looks more like some sort of weird sex butt toy.
Yeah. What, your penis?
Yes.
Yeah. That's just because of the peculiar shape of
Yeah.
it. It just gets fatter as you get further down, like a little pyramid.
Weird butt plug shaped penis.
It's like, it's like, it's crippling really because it's useless to me. Is what Jimmy was like, well, it's not attracted to the ass in general. It just doesn't do anything for me. So this is worthless. God has mogged me. You got nerfed is what happened there, Matt. In all other ways,
the patch update.
Yeah, you're too much of a stud. It's like we need to nerf his penis. Anyway, guys, I hope you're enjoying this Resident Evil Let's Play.
Yeah. Maybe we should talk about old Nickelodeon cartoons again.
Who cares? Nobody with any common sense is still watching this at this point. We're like 9 episodes in, 10. I think actually there's 10 episodes in at this point. Only the biggest fucking imbecile freak would still be watching this.
God, I'd hate the sort of person who would be watching this right now.
It's just like dead silence. It's just like I had nothing to add. It's like fucking people indulging me in my hobby. The dicks.
Supporting us, saying nice things in the comments. I fucking hate them all. I hope they get hit by a steamroller.
Just self-defense gun. The worst, most useless item in the game.
Look, it was a Derringer or whatever it was called. If only it was a flare gun or a small bagel. Blah 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 something.
Nobody cares. So people watching, this lore is really interesting.
Blah blah.
It's like, I
mean, no one's.
This game is fucking stupid.
Literally, no one in the history of ever has ever said the lore in Resident Evil is very interesting.
So only parts of it are. The overall story is garbage, but some like the stuff about like the actual families and things in this, and some of these notes about the scientists, I actually do find interesting because it paints a very sort of sad, like gothic picture that I think is cool. That I like. But I do agree with you. The lore is pretty fucking.
Well, it's because
in these games.
It's because it changes from essentially game to game. Where it's like, oh, this guy made the T virus, and then this guy made the T virus, and he had that. It's like, well, it's like I think I said some other time where after like Wesker's the big bad guy, or kind of the bad guy in this one,
yeah.
And then he's killed at the end of the game. Well, spoilers, he's killed at the very end of the game by his stupid monster after Chris laughs and points at his tiny penis.
His tiny triangular penis,
yeah.
Useful only for anal sex,
which he's not attracted to. I mean, Albert Wesker's not attracted to anyone, but yeah, and this is like. So then they brought him back in. I can't remember which one. Like the next one was, Albert Wesker, you survived. That was you said.
Code Veronica. He comes up, but he's got red eyes and like superpowers.
Yeah, because getting stabbed by the monster standing behind him after being mocked was part of his plan, and not retroactively put in of like, these two stupids. Like this one guy with a really annoying voice and his twin sister aren't great villains. I'm going to kill them off anyway. So the mastermind is this guy who fucking Shades.
I actually like the twins as villains just because it was different. It was like,
I'm just saying the guy's voice was really.
Oh, it was,
annoying.
but that was the consequence of it being made when it was made, when voice acting wasn't necessarily taken all that seriously in video games.
Well, I mean,
there were some games with good voice acting, like Max Payne and that sort of thing, but generally a lot of games had bad voice acting.
Well, I mean, hell, the fucking first Silent Hill, wasn't it just like, hey, you, guy off the street, you want to do a voice?
Yeah, so Silent Hill's voice, I think, is very flat. It's very lifeless. Which I guess kind of works. It's not intentional, but it does give it this sort of dreamy, weird quality.
Yeah, other people say you couldn't recreate this. Aren't they redoing Silent Hill?
Yeah, they're redoing Silent Hill 2, but I'm not optimistic about it.
The trailer's
pretty fucking embarrassing.
I wouldn't let Konami look after a fucking grilled cheese sandwich. I mean, the fucking game.
Yeah, I love Silent Hill 2. It's one of my favourite horror games. We may do Silent Hill 2 properly one day. We attempted it back in the day when we first started the channel, and then we didn't. As you probably remember, we abandoned this channel for years and years. And
abandoned by that creepypasta.
Yeah, and then now we reopened it again. We may do Silent
Hill 2. Theme park's open and there's a giant snake.
Yeah, the fences are taller this time. But we're gonna genetically create some video games because the audience is bored of real video games that it actually existed. So.
And the head scientist, fiendish Dr. Wu, is in charge of it.
Anyway, we'll see you next time. This is a great place to end. We're going to descend into the lab to the next chapter of Resident Evil 1.
Just fall off the ladder, break your neck.